Hi everyone, welcome to our Lotus Living presentation. I am Cora.
I'm Emma.
And I am Guillermo.
So our goal was to provide a supportive environment for residents where they felt valued, respected, empowered, and really looked forward to the future. We really tried to make sure that we chose pieces that focused more on a residential feel so that they didn't feel as if they were in a hospital or somewhere that was way too sterile. It just felt more residential and at home. We tried to make sure it felt like a resort, so we included a spa, we included a gym, a pool, and a lot of the hobbies that the older generations enjoyed were gardening. So we made sure that we included a lot of outdoor space as well as a track and a greenhouse for them to be able to enjoy that. Um, Another thing that we focused on was including textures and finishes that felt luxurious, such as brass, velvet, and light woods, and considering the longevity of those finishes to make sure that they would withstand the test of time. And another thing that we also focused on was sustainability. So we made sure we focused on four key components, which was energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, water efficiency, and a sustainable site. So for each four of those categories, we focused on different aspects. So for energy and atmosphere, it was focusing on LED lights and ensuring that we had motion sensors in those spaces that often get forgotten about. So such as bathrooms and closets. And for the atmosphere, we included a lot of natural plants inside just to help filter the air, make sure it was nice and clean. Um, for the water efficiency, we focused on HE appliances as well as low flow faucets. And for the sustainable site, we included rainwater harvesting barrels outside by the greenhouse. And we focused on having a pollinator garden, which helps be a natural pest repellent, as well as just a great way to have some of those natural plants that grow here in NAC. And we did do research on what the native plants were and made sure that we kept those and tried to make sure that we had some of those in that pollinator garden. I'm going to turn it over to Guillermo so he can talk about our furniture and a little bit about our renderings.
Okay, so I'll go into our specified areas. Some of the main areas of our floor plan, which will be our lobby and our lounge. Here on the top right, we have the floor plan as well as the reflected ceiling plan illustrating the render space. We also have the furniture. In this case, we use furniture by Steelcase on both of the seatings. We have our textiles and our wall coverings by Momentum. You can see those textiles being incorporated into the furnishings. And going back to the sustainability, having those biophilic walls, making sure we have nature incorporated into our interior spaces to make the space feel alive. Moving on to our lounge. Same thing, we have our floor plan and layout. Here we can see the seating being used on the rendering as well as the reflected ceiling, illustrating some of the lighting that we decided to incorporate in our layouts. This specific lighting has planters incorporated into them. So once again, bring the biophilia and the relationship between nature and humans, making sure that we incorporate that throughout our entire plan. Moving on to our furnishings, here we can see them as well with their with their specified textiles in both walls and furnishings.
Okay, so for our furniture plan, we wanted to have something that had more of a residential feel rather than being too commercial or hospital-like. So we decided to go with a lot of movable furniture with the spaces, as well as having a birdcage area in between the library and lounge to make it more nature-filled. And we wanted to incorporate a bunch of nature elements into the floor plan. As in, we have our garden at the bottom with a greenhouse, which we wanted to include so residents could go there, chill, have some fun nature time. Same with our covered patio dining room. It's there just for residents who either have extra family coming over and they need more space, or they want to have lunch or dinner outside and have a nice nature experience. Moving to the studio, we have a West Elm bed with a steel case kitchenette. For the finishes, we went with a tile for the flooring from Grit Tile. The wall coloring is from Pear Avion. And then we have our marble top for the kitchenette. And then for the dining room, we have West Elm furniture for the seating and the tables. And then we also have these bird pendants up there to tie in with that bird cage area in between the dining room and library, or the lounge and library. And we wanted just to have more of that nature feeling within the space. And then for the finishes, we have LVT flooring, which is a wood flooring, and then Bear paint, which is just a cream colored paint we decided to go with. And then going back to Cora for the native plants for extension.
Okay, cool. So for the native plants for the exterior, because our dining space has that outdoor element, we wanted to make sure they had something really nice to look at while they're having dinner, breakfast, and lunch. So we decided to specify some, it's called Texas paintbrush. So that's a plant that's native to Nacogdoches and Texas. So that's one of the ones that we want to make sure we keep there because it's really pretty, and a white ash tree. So we wanted to make sure we had trees so that that could also be an element of privacy. And then towards the bottom, you can see those are the rainwater collectors. So that is what we use to hold the water so that they can easily water the plants that are in the garden beds right here. And they can easily just grab a hose and water the plants. And they're off of the greenhouse. So like that, they're collecting water that's falling on the greenhouse, as well as just naturally falling water. But overall, I think we tried to make sure that it felt homey. Do y'all have anything else to add?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming to our presentation. We really appreciate it. We put a lot of hard work into this. So please enjoy. If you have any questions, let us know. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.